Aidan Keena, how are you?
Yeah, all good, yeah. How's things?
Good, Aidan, not too bad, thank you. We're a couple of days out from the big kick-off. How are you feeling? How's the group feeling? How's pre-season been, etc.?
Yeah, a lot of hard work been put in over the last 6 or 8 weeks or whatever it is, so we're all round to go now, can't wait. Lots of running and lots of gym and all that sort of stuff and testing, so thankfully the last few weeks have all been mainly football, and yeah, we're all fit and strong now, ready to go.
Yeah, the group seems to be in a good place fitness-wise. Everyone's got minutes across the pre-season games as well, even the 2 games last weekend just gone, and there's a real hunger, it seems, to be fit, strong and ready.
Yeah, I think that's the foundation to being a good team. You need to be fit and strong and ready for any challenge that comes. So yeah, that was the main priority first of all, and then we'll get everything else to fall into place.
Yeah, from your own point of view, you joined in the summer window and you'd been in the UK clearly, so you nearly did kind of a season and a half as such, even though you had a little knock towards the end of your time in the UK. But nice to have a break first of all, and then a full pre-season.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I missed out really on pre-season last year because I came over here instead. But yeah, definitely good to get it under the belt and feeling fit and strong and ready to go. Yeah.
Scoring goals is something you're renowned for, even in training. Like there's when you guys do crossing and finishing or small-sided games or whatever it might be. I know we had a joke with 𝗄𝗶𝗁 at the launch about him hating facing you in training, but there does seem to be a real focus even in training for the attacking players of standards and quality, and you might just tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, strikers like to score goals. Yeah, that's what I like to do. I think with the forward players we have, there's a lot of creative players and stuff like that, so you know, my job's to finish them moves off.
Yeah, we scored the most goals in the Premier Division last year, like a really exciting attacking department of the pitch, but also strong on set pieces, full-backs providing assists as well. And I'm sure as a number 9, as a striker, you really enjoy playing in a team that wants to create an attack and score.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, our style of play is brilliant. You know, always lots of attacking, lots of crosses going in the box, lots of slip through, so it suits me down to the ground. Yeah, it's really enjoyable. And
they say practice makes perfect, and it is something you guys do spend time on. Just gives an insight into the work that the attacking players specifically do. Even in training this morning, you guys were working in units and working with the goalkeepers.
Yeah, every day there's, you know, patterns of play and crossing and finishing and stuff like that, and you know, it's really been drilled into us really that we need to be scoring more than anyone else. That's what we want to do, so definitely, yeah, it's good.
You're only in your mid-20s, but you're our oldest striker, 𝗂𝗏𝗏 and Mason are 2 of the younger ones, but you know, we've 3 really top strikers. How's it been working with the 2 younger boys? And I suppose your role in that to make sure, one, that you're in the team, I'm sure, but as well to help them along as someone who's got the experience, I suppose, across both playing in Ireland and abroad.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you know, I think Connor's 22, is he? Yeah, Connor's 22 and Mason's about 11. So yeah, it's good. I'm the oldest one, and you know, if they need anything, I'm not that much older than them, but if they need anything or if they have any advice, definitely pass it on to them. And it's good that, you know, the standard of the 3 of us is good, and it'll be good competition throughout the season.
Yeah, and the fact kind of you came through like an academy here, made your debut, moved away and stuff. In the case of Connor, he did the same in terms of moving away as a teenager and coming back. And Mason, as we know, will move to Tottenham this time next year. So you have experience of kind of both of the boats that they're in, plus your own stuff as well, which I'm sure gives a nice mix overall.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you know, I'm 25, but I've been through quite a lot and played for a fair few clubs, so I know what I'm doing, and if there's any sort of advice that I can pass on, fair enough. And you know, hopefully Mason can get me a few tickets next season.
I'm sure you will. In terms of coming back to St. Pat's, and we spoke to Ramal and yourself at the launch the other night just about, I suppose, what you like about the League of Ireland and love about playing for St. Pat's. Like, it's fair to say you would have had options to stay in the UK, other options here, I'm sure, as well. But how's it been, and what is it about St. Pat's and being in the League of Ireland at 25 that excites you and that makes you want to be here?
Yeah, it just felt right. I'd had a poor enough season over there. Tough season. We obviously got relegated, and then by the end of it, we got, you know, they wanted a new manager come in, and they wanted his own players and his own squad. So I was happy to move on. And then when Pats came in, just I'd been here before, I knew it, and you know, a new manager, of course, but most of the other stuff around the club is all still the same. And yeah, and then I'd worked with Stephen before at Ireland underage, so yeah, it just seemed like a good fit for me.
Talk to me about your second period at the club, aka the second half of last season. You came in the middle of the European run. I remember interviewing you on the rooftop of a hotel, I think in Istanbul. Yeah. You literally came straight in. You finished the season personally very strongly, as did the team. But how would you kind of sum up your first 5-6 months competitively back at St. Pat's?
Yeah, it took me a while to get going. I'd obviously missed pre-season over there because I had the surgery at the end of last season on my shoulder, so it took me a little bit to get going, especially with the boys or mid-season. That fitness is tough to get up with. But yeah, I finished strong, me and the team, and yeah, we were just raring to get going as soon as the final whistle went in Sligo. We couldn't wait for this Friday to come.
Yeah, some really important goals from yourself in that run in the 9 wins in a row. But if we think about a couple of the goals, particularly the goal against Galway in the win at Richmond Park, really great pass by Chris and a great finish. The shed is packed with Pats fans. It's a special video. And then in Sligo on the last night as well, it turned out we had to win that match too, and they were two of your important contributions. What do you remember about it?
Yeah, I think it sums up the way we are as a squad. Get in the box, and with the players we have in the forward areas, you'll get chances. Brando put it on a play for me in Richmond, and Jacob put an unbelievable cross in for me in Sligo. So, if I can get in the box and finish it off, that's my job.
Yeah, in terms of facing 𝗪𝗏, they had a strong finish to last season themselves, stayed up through the playoffs, and of course won the Sports Direct FAI Cup and secured Europe. They've gone full time. Just your thoughts on the opening night and the objective to try and win, obviously.
Yeah, they won't be coming to roll over or let us win, you know what I mean? They're coming confident off a great end to the season. They'll all be buzzing for this season as well with Europe, as you said. So they'll be coming to all guns blazing to beat us, and it's up to us to put a plan together to make sure we get the points.
How important is the closeness of the group? And I'm sure you saw that when you came in Europe straight away. The camp last week was brilliant for you guys to kind of bond with your teammates, with the staff as a kind of wider group, I suppose. But there does seem to be a real linking connection between the 24 players, the academy boys that jump up, and the staff, and that definitely counts for a lot when you've got to go into war on a Friday.
Definitely, we've got a brilliant squad here, you know what I mean? We're all mates and we all get along. And yeah, even when the young boys comes up and train, we all make sure they feel welcome, and it helps them perform in training and stuff as well. So, I think it really helps on a Friday, as you say, when we go to games and have to rely on each other. We can all trust each other.
And lastly, just life off the pitch. You spoke quite well there in your press conference with the newspapers just about being home. Your partner, your kids and stuff. I'm sure when you were away, you're with them, but you're away from the rest of your family and a lot of your friends. Now that you're back, they're all close to come to watch you. How's that been, and how does that improve ultimately your performance and your how you're feeling going into games?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, especially and with being in Richmond again as well, because it was my home when I was younger. Just that familiarity, however you say that, is it helps definitely. And then of course, with my kids and that, being able to see their grandparents and stuff, yeah, it's brilliant. An
increased capacity. I'm sure your family will be all there in their numbers on Friday as well. We're going to have home fans on all 4 sides of Richmond, including behind both goals, which is nice for our goalkeepers not to have away fans maybe behind them in the shed, but for you guys, the attackers, to have Pats fans. If you score a goal on either end now, you can go and celebrate in front of them, touch wood. Yeah, definitely. We want to play in front of our fans, and it's fantastic. There's going to be more of them now, and yeah, it'll definitely add to the atmosphere, and hopefully we can perform on the pitch for them. Great stuff. Thanks for chatting, Aidan. Have a good season. Cheers, Shane. Yeah.